After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
And welcome to Pen, Hook, and Needles podcast, episode 96. It is April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day. If you celebrate, we do not.
Before we get rolling, the song that you heard at the beginning of this podcast was After the Ball is Over by Ren Ross, obtained from MovieAlley.com from Media.
Okay, now that that has been taken care of, we want to welcome all new and returning viewers, whether you have...
Who are we who are welcoming these people?
I said Pen, Hook, and Needles.
And what is your name?
I have a name.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a name.
And I've got 1963. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know. That song just came in my head.
No, I was talking about Jim Croce. Anyway,
is it pronounced Croce?
Croce.
He did Time and Bottle, right?
Yep.
And Don't Mess Around, Jim?
Yep.
Dun, 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 dun. Hi, my name is Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy on Ravelry, Pluric, and Just Battered Wales.
What are you doing? Is this live long and prosper?
You gotta open it a little more.
I can't go any farther.
Well, try your other hand.
The one you hurt?
Oh, yeah. You really don't have much flexibility. Hi.
Okay. Anyway, I am Marlisha.
This is the new Vulcan Nerve Pinch.
Hi. I'm Marlisha, also known as Lady Furnico. We want to welcome all new and returning, I was going to say improving viewers.
Are we going to have another tongue-tiedness?
I hope not.
What's your name again?
My name is Marlisha, also known as Lady Furnico. We want to welcome all new and returning viewers.
Who I'm sure are improving in whatever craft that they are taking into their head.
Already that, you know, whether you are registered with us or not, in terms of
registered, huh?
Yes, you must register the line forms at the right. You're right. Our left. Yes. Anyway, we want to welcome all our new and returning viewers, even if you are not yet part of the group. If you're not part of the group, please join us or consider joining us. We are a fun group, and we'd love to have you. We do have...
and most of our members are actually able to put coherent thoughts together.
Yes, but it seems to be rampant. I was watching some of my other favorite podcasters, and they were having issues with words. So maybe it's something in the air. Maybe winter's stolen all the words, or spring is washing it away, or something. I don't know. But we have 7 new members. I'm looking at my show notes just a minute here. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. 7 new members who have joined the group. Very exciting. We're at 189 members. That's
woo-woo!
Yay! Our first new member who has joined the group is, I think it's pronounced Akan. Her name is Alicia.
Such a pretty name.
Alicia. Yes, I like that name very much. And then we have...
Not that you have any biasness towards it.
No. And then we have Sharona Mom, who is Sharon. And I have no idea how to pronounce this. I think it's Ivhiha? Y-V-H-I-H-A.
Ivhiha?
Ivhiha? It sounds almost like a... it makes me think of Hiawatha. I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, now I'm thinking of Brihiha, and I have no idea why.
And it's just because I am a poor... I'm having a rough time figuring out how that would be said. Her name is Yvonne, and her name is interesting, and I hope she tells us how it's pronounced and how she came about that. Then we have Jewel Train, who is Renee. Sally from Idaho, who is Sally, and I think Sally was a member of the group before, so we're glad to have her back. Tanya's sister, who is Tanya.
Sorry about that. That's my cheese.
Actually, it was his package.
Sally's the reason that her membership will fluctuate.
She had a whole ton of sweaters at the end of the sweater.
Oh my gosh! I don't know how she got like 6 sweaters done
in 3 months.
In 3 months,
yeah.
It's amazing.
I think she and Max Nix, who had like a ton of sweaters done.
Mm-hmm.
And then
the crazy thing about Sally's is they're all adult size sweaters.
Let me finish my intros.
No.
Yes. Tanya Twister, who is Tanya, and then there's Nilugu, who is Tanny. Who's Tanny. And we welcome all 7 of you and everybody
else. Even if we
else.
can't pronounce your name.
Yes, even if we're bad podcasters and didn't check it out beforehand. We welcome you all to the podcast, whether you have joined us officially or not. If you haven't joined us officially,
grab a cup of tea.
Grab a cup of tea, coffee, milk, water, whatever it is you're drinking. If you like
Keep
a glass
calm
of wine,
and knit on.
And crochet on. Sweater Long is finished. I will leave the particulars to this one over here. We had some wonderful, wonderful
sweaters.
My
gosh.
They were so beautiful. How many posts did we have? Like over 400 posts in that thread?
It was over 5. Well, if you count... Are you counting... Because there are over 100 projects.
Yeah, I'm not counting...
But posts, there are over 500.
Yeah, I thought so. Like something like 500 posts.
But there are over 100 projects. I mean, that counts whips and...
Right. To me, that's just amazing. You guys were like so prolific and so creative. It was amazing. And so now that she's supposed to be doing the prizes, she's knitting.
I can knit and do prizes at the same time. Anyway, Sweater Long winners. There are... Sorry, my yarn twisted. This is a very springy stay. Sweater Long winners. Sweater Long winners.
Words.
I've never were true, spoken to her, nobody but you.
The monkeys have made their appearance. Davina will be pleased.
Yes, she will. Okay, so Sweater Long winners. 7. Whee! Yay! Sorry, I only showed 5 fingers, so 7. Prizes.
Nice.
Yeah, Mom.
What?
It's hard enough to keep under control as it is.
It's cute. Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, alright, so we have, first, we're going to mention the winners. I just drew in whatever order that Mom wrote out the prizes.
Right.
There's no particular...
There's no first, second, or third. It's just luck of the draw.
There we go. Okay, so...
I'm glad we didn't have to choose that way. That would have been hard.
Yeah. So... We have 3 10 hours or less patterns that we are drawing for first. Yes, thank you, George. He's a very active member of our group.
He's fantastic with his patterns.
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of the activity in the group lately. That makes me smile.
Yeah.
And it's particularly George-centric. George, you know why we're laughing at you.
And yes,
with you.
And if he doesn't, he will.
Yes.
Yes.
So, the first 10 hour or less pattern. I pre-drew. I drew prior to the podcast because it's easier.
Because we go longer anyway, and it's easier.
And also with all the chatter, it made it easier because I had to redraw a couple times. Right. Because I enjoy the chatter, but it does make it for... that's not proper English. Make it so I have to draw multiple times.
Make it so, number 1.
Okay.
But anyway, getting back down to business...
This is not Earl Grey.
No. Not Earl Grey hot?
No. Not Earl Grey cold either. Anyway, first 10 hour last pattern. The first winner is number...
Oh, that must be really annoying.
Is number 353.
You're a kid of time.
Who is Simum, Karen. That was her diamond cardigan who had that post. I can't remember if it was a whip or a finished object at that point.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
And is she going to contact George directly, right?
Yes. Please all the ones who win George's patterns, please contact George directly.
And he'll set you right up. He'll set it all up for you.
Although we wouldn't mind if you mention in the thread for this particular episode which pattern you chose.
Yes, we'd like
just because we're nosy.
Yes, we are. Very unabashedly so.
And we haven't said this for a while. If you are wondering, if you're a YouTube viewer and are wondering what in the world we're talking about by the group, search Ravelry.com. You can join for free. It's a board forum place where you can also look up patterns, buy patterns, interact with other crafters, knitters, crocheters, spinners.
Primarily fiber related.
Yes. And if you search in groups for pen, hook, and needles, you will find us, and that's where all this activity is that we're talking about. Right. And I am moving my hands because apparently I cannot communicate without hand movement.
That's quite apparent.
Second 10 hours or less pattern.
And this is a big surprise.
225, and it is
da-da-da-da!
Maxnick! No one is surprised because of how many
she had a gazillion patterns, and it was her idea, so
yes,
it was
nice. So it's great.
So Maxnick,
and that is Nicole, and it was for the Britannia.
Right,
actually, the Britannia came up twice in the drawing, so I was like, well, I'm not going to have the same project win twice.
Right. So, Maxnick, Nicole, make sure you contact George about what pattern of his you want, and I'm sure he will make sure you get it.
And the Britannia, I'm actually picturing in my head, it's a beautiful pink sweater. I believe it has quarter-length sleeves and like a little shellish detail.
Quarter-length sleeves or three-quarter? I mean, kind of quarter, but
three-quarter.
Kind of like cap sleeves or up their neck or something. I mean,
three-quarter.
You have math issues?
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway,
the third 10 hours or less pattern.
This one actually makes me smile.
Okay, I'm getting tired of that.
Good. That was intelligent.
Yes, I am very intelligent.
Davina, one time she was doing that. She was being herself, and she stuck out her tongue. I said, "Don't stick your tongue out at me." She said, "I'm stretching my tongue."
Did you seriously? No way. She thought you'd buy that?
Yes, most insistently she thought I would buy it. She said she was stretching her tongue because she didn't want to swallow it.
Are you serious?
Yes, she's a sweetheart, and she is part of the reason we're doing the Autism Awareness, but we will go on to that later. Go ahead.
I can't believe she said that.
She's a sweetheart.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, she says funny things.
I've never heard that. Oh, I love it. Okay, sorry. I'm just having trouble getting over that. Oh, kids.
Don't ever let her hear you say that.
Oh. Alright, sorry. I need to compose myself.
Shall I do the next winner?
Oh, okay. So, it is number 12, Allison Roseboom. Allison.
And this is funny because she said she and George were having a conversation back and forth in the thread for the sweater along. I think it was the sweater along thread. And he was teasing her about, you don't spend all your afternoon buying my patterns and
downloading 100 copies of my patterns.
That's what it is. And she said, well, I'm waiting to see if I'll win one first. Well, here you go. You got one, Allison. Make sure you contact George for it.
You won it for your post of a Hallelujah Cardi.
I was wondering if one of the Hallelujahs would win, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and it was a whip project. I remember that much. Mm-hmm. So your whips do get you a chance of winning. So, excuse me while I take another cup.
Another cup.
Another cup. I'm having crackers and cheese and tea. It's so
British.
Nice. And I'm even having milk in my tea.
Denise is probably laughing at us if she's watching.
Flatbread, Italian herb crackers.
That is so good.
With the Cracker Cut Swiss cheese.
You do realize you're dragging this out.
Yes, I do.
I have to get to adoration today. Yes. Are you exercising your lips?
Yes.
Okay.
So
who's next?
7 hours.
Okay, so 10 hours or less, we have 3 winners.
We did the 10 hours or less. Now the $7 or less Ravelry pattern.
And this is from us.
This is from us. The
one pattern.
You interrupt us.
Yes.
Davina, we're still podcasting, Keto.
No, I'm not. I wasn't going downstairs.
Okay, thank you. It's the winner is number 233, who is Faithful Knitter, Katie.
Katie, okay.
And the pattern that won for her, the project that won for her is actually in hibernation right now. Yeah. And it's the husband sweater.
Now, Katie, just contact me if you, when you figure out what pattern you want, $7 or less, any Ravelry downloadable pattern, contact me and let me know what it is, and we'll get it out to you.
Okay, actually I forgot to mark off.
Because it's easier, I mean, you could contact either one of us, but you're more likely to get a hold of me because Ty starts her work stretch tomorrow.
Yes. Okay. The 5th prize is the Wild Hair yarn. Do you have it?
I do. This is the Peacock colorway, and you don't know how close you guys came to not getting this.
And I just realized I forgot to grab one prize. But I will grab that.
I have it.
Oh, I did give it to you?
No, I've had it since last week or 2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. So, probably because I knew I'd forget it.
No, I just took it. I just didn't give it back to you. I said, let's stuff it in here. You said, okay.
Oh, okay. So, the Wild Hair yarn, the Peacock colorway.
Beautiful yarn. If you go to if you go to Emily over at Gina Fools, Emily over, what's her podcast again? Lost the name.
Her podcast is Fibertown.
Fibertown. Go to Fibertown with an R-E. She has a woven project that she uses this
is
yarn.
that
It is so pretty. I think it was 2 podcasts ago.
Was it a scarf?
Yes.
She just wove a scarf.
Yeah, it was a scarf. Very pretty.
Didn't she initially try to felt it?
Yes.
Yeah, that was the most recent one.
Yeah. I think that it was this yarn that she used. I'm almost positive. So you get an idea. It's so pretty. So this is who now? Oh, you're a pain in the neck.
Okay, so the winner is number 275, which is Maria Wilhelmina, who is Marriott, and she won for Ravel and Nick 2014 project. It was also a whip.
Okay.
But Maria Wilhelmina, please contact either Mom or I. Might be better off to contact Mom, because I am getting my long work stretch.
We need your address.
We need your address. Although I think we might have.
I thought we had it, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Because I feel like you won for the last time.
I'm not sure if we actually sent you something or if you had a pattern. So go ahead, even if you already have sent us your address. I'm trying to keep a list of the people who tend to win, but I may not have it. So go ahead and send it to us, please, and we'll get this out to you. Hopefully quicker than we got the last ones out.
I think she did win something like that for Toyline. I can't remember what she won, though.
Okay, well, she needs to send us the address anyway.
So, the next prize is a Knit Nerd project bag, and if we could see that.
This is really pretty. I'm so jealous. Look at this. Is this beautiful or what? Or as Knittables always says, is this not gorgeous? Which I'm not sure how you answer that question. But that's okay. Look at the little cupcakes. I just love it. Be perfect for the toy along.
We had to adjust things a little bit.
Because, well, no, let's not tell about the adjustment till later.
Yes,
okay.
And we'll explain it a little bit.
Yes.
But the winner for that bag was 430, who is, and actually this is right up her alley. I think that's her colors and everything.
She'll love it.
Nikki18229, Nicole, who was very nice enough to mention us in her
podcast.
last podcast.
It was very sweet.
And she won it for her Mr. Green jeans, which is a cute little purple sweater.
I don't know what color it was. It's really pretty. It's hard for me to tell.
It was hard to tell because she took a picture of it flat.
Right, and then when I saw it in the podcast, the lighting was a little hard to tell what it was that, what color it was exactly.
And I've seen so many sweaters since I've been drawing it. I can't remember who's
right. But it was really beautiful.
But Nicole, you won the Knit Nerd project bag, so please contact Mom with your address.
You know how to contact me, Nicole. So just go ahead and do that and give us your address and we'll get it out to you. Yay.
And then our final one is the Kiki Boo project bag that I bought from Dawn.
No, Denise.
Wow. Sorry, Dawn.
Sorry, Denise.
Sorry, Denise.
Because they are not interchangeable.
They're very much different.
Yes.
Here's the little Denise.
Here's the little Kiki Boo tag. You want to tell who won it?
Who
won it?
It was number 436. The Turbo Knitter 64, who is Kenneth.
Yes.
Kenneth, you originally won the little cupcakes bag, and
we thought that you might prefer this.
We thought you might prefer a camera bag. It just seemed a little more masculine.
Yeah. He made a beautiful antler sweater for
his sister.
I
love it.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
The color he chose is amazing, and he has no project page for it, so I just called it the antler cardigan.
Yeah. Where is your project page?
But it turned out beautifully, and you won the camera bag.
Please contact me about where to send this so that we can get this to you as soon as we get to the post office. Hopefully it won't be too long. This is a long work stretch for her, so it might be in the next 2 weeks, but we hope to get it out no later than that. Okay? So all of our winners, we are very happy for you. Thank you for playing. Everybody, thank you for playing with us. And you're all winners, but the ones who got the prizes, congratulations.
And it just goes to show how random this is. We had people put in 6 projects who didn't win anything, and people who
put in one
who won. So it's really random. And thank you for playing. And your chance, for the next knit along is just as equal as anyone else's.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how many you make. We want you to make lots and lots, but it shows that you can just, whatever the luck of the draw happens to be.
Yes. The only thing I adjust is if it looks like, if you're, like say if we had something spinning, you're not a spinner. Or, for example, I wasn't give a guy a cute little cupcake bag.
Until he tells us otherwise, we're going to assume he wanted the camera bag.
Yes,
So.
and the other one fits Nikki really.
Yeah,
Nicole really well.
Yeah, so that's good. Which this kind of pushes us into now our new CAL that has started today. That is the Autism Awareness, and it is going from April 1st until June. The last day of June, I think, is the 30th.
Yes, 30 days, September, April, June, and November, all the rest of 31.
So we're going until June 30th, and we will be interspersing little tidbits about autism and Asperger's and things like that. I will not be doing it the way we did last year, every week where we have something, because it's going about twice as long this year. So it'll be interspersed as we go. I'm not going to give any facts this week because we're a little crunched for time.
I'm wearing my Autism Awareness shirt.
Courtesy of the boyfriend.
Yes, he the school he teaches at had some, I think they were actually on sale, and he got me the small size. It actually has the middle school's name printed on the back. It's a very nice shirt. I really love it.
And you see the autism and the
puzzle
pieces
over the butterfly.
The butterfly is also important.
It says transform our life. Also, his awareness to transform our life.
Right. And of course, one of the other slogans is "But dare to be different," which we're using. It's okay to be different. It's okay to be different. We will accept any knitting or crochet projects. Please do not post spinning or cross stitch or anything like that. We do want it to be knitting and crocheted.
We forgot to thank Kathy for her participation in Sweater Along.
Oh, we did. I'm so sorry, Kathy. Thank you very much. And don't forget, Kathy. Don't forget to draw for the $7 pattern that we are putting into your prize pot for this. You've been a fantastic co-host. We thank you very, very much, and hope to do it again next year with us. And thank you very much for the bag, Kathy. It's gorgeous.
Yes, it is. I think that the person who will be receiving the bag will enjoy it immensely.
Nikki's going to love it. Nicole's going to love it. I keep calling her Nikki. But
I know,
Nicole.
me too.
But anyway, back to the this CAL.
We just feel that close to you, Nicole, that we feel that we can call you Nikki.
Yes. Okay, let me see where I was.
Now we can go. Sorry, I just didn't want to forget thanking Kathy.
No, it's important that we thank Kathy.
And we want to thank George for his
well, yes, of course, and and well, we have to thank him for this one too, because not only has he provided several prizes for the past couple of CALs, but now he has developed a pattern
for this autism awareness.
For the autism awareness. It is the Braided Bright CAL, and it is available for free through the month of April.
He says that in 12 hours it was downloaded more than any one of his other patterns.
Which is exciting. So we're very excited.
So yay for spreading autism awareness.
Yes, yay for spreading autism awareness. Yay for spreading George's patterns, because they're fantastic. They need to be known. And yes, I talk with my hands as well. Okay. Let me see here.
We're just conducting a orchestra they can't see.
Okay.
It's behind you guys.
Projects must be started, as I said, no later than April 1st, and must be finished no later than June 30th at midnight. I guess that's actually the 1st. I always get confused, but anyway, you know what it is. Please tag your projects with the following tag, which is AA 2014. It's in the show notes. When you post your FO only, make sure that you tell us what the pattern is, and whether you've used more than 3 colors. That way it'll help us to know if we need to...
I think we should just have people post them multiple times as they need to.
Well, they don't do it, though. I always end up going back and posting them.
It's going to make my life a lot more difficult.
I end up doing it. You don't usually do it. I usually post them the 2 or 3 times.
Oh, you'll repost it. Okay.
Yeah, I usually repost it.
Because I was trying to think of how I was going to do the random number generator. My head was starting to hurt.
If you put down... at least put the name of the pattern down, if not how many colors you use, and then I can see if you don't do the double posting or triple posting, and like I said, all the guidelines are in the thread, then I know if it needs to be reposted so you get your correct number of chances. And this is basically a breakdown.
Because usually when Talia draws for the winnings,
Talia
Talia
does in third person.
Yes, for one thing, Talia talks in third person because it's awesome. For another thing, Talia just looks at the number of pictures and does the math.
Okay, now, before I get into the particulars of the tier system that I'm talking about, I want to let you know that we are not doing this on our own.
No.
It is our
baby,
but we are being co-hosted with Emily from Fibertown, she's Chain of Fools, and she will be doing it through May because she's going to be out of the country in June.
Spain.
So she's going to be doing it for 2 months. You can double dip with her group, but you must make sure that you are part of her group.
Now her group is doing spinning as well.
Yes,
we are not.
Yes,
Actually, she's doing all crafts.
She's doing all crafts, like we always do, or as we always do. It might be more proper English. The rules are substantially the same in all 3 groups, but we do have our quirks.
Yes.
We prefer just to have the knitting and crocheting this time around. Emily in Fibertown, check out her rules if you want to double dip. You can get your spinning in there. I think you can get your cross stitching, your weaving, all kinds of stuff. Our other co-host is Juliana from Equal Opportunity Crafter. She's the one who does the Winding Journey hat and mitt set, and you can also double dip there, so you get 3 dips. But you have to be a member of her group.
Sounds like you're talking about ice cream thing.
Yes. The only group that I know of the 3 of us that does the tier system for getting prizes is ours. Okay? Let me see here.
It makes me tear up just thinking.
Okay. The first tier, and this is all in the group. You might want to print this off and put it somewhere where you can see it so you know what we're talking about. WIP photos that you can do once a week. Just like always, it's our normal rules with WIPs, once a week. And FOs that have up to 2 bright colors are eligible for 1 chance to win. So if it's a WIP picture, or if you have a project that has, say, a bright yellow and a bright green, or just a bright green, that will be eligible for 1 chance to win a prize. Now, if you have 3 or more bright colors in an FO, that will give you 2 chances. So if you have bright yellow, bright green, and bright red, you have 3 chances for that FO. Okay?
Number of colors equals number of chances.
Well, yes, I guess that's pretty close in that case. Well, no, because 3 or more brings 2, not 3. You get the 3 chances. This is your top billing. If you do one of George's Braid It Bright, and if you do Juliana's Winding Journey, either the hat, the mitts, or the hat and the mitts, you will get 3 chances for that, whether you do it in 1 color, 2 colors, 3 colors, it doesn't matter. Those are our featured patterns. They get 3 chances. Okay?
Now, what if someone does it in a neutral color? Because I know there are people who are working the Winding Journey in a neutral color.
I would prefer not to have a neutral color.
I just wanted to make sure.
If you do a neutral color in that pattern, I would really prefer it to be bright.
Okay, just wanted to double check.
It is bright. It's meant to be Autism Awareness. It's meant to be bright. If you do the Winding Journey hat, put it in the show-off thread if it's not bright, and we'll look at it there. Because that's just the way I think that the Autism Awareness, it's always been for bright colors in my head. So, okay. Okay, so the featured patterns, blah, blah, blah. 10 hours or less, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah, see, I have here all... Any projects that are somber colored or darker or whatever, if they are put into the Autism Awareness thread by mistake, we will move them to the show-off thread, okay? Just because we don't want to confuse the issue when Talia does the random number generator. So I hope that I haven't confused you too much with the...
I'm confused.
With the tiers. It's really pretty simple. If you have less than 2 bright colors...
simple in your convoluted,
if you would stop interrupting me for 5 seconds, I would get it out of them. Thank you very much. She's trying to misdirect and all that. Redirect. Okay. Less than 2...
Did you use the honeysuckle?
Yes. Less than two or less bright colors, FOs, 1 chance. 3 or more bright colors in an FO, 2 chances. If you use one of the featured patterns with 2 or more bright colors. Oh, actually I said any bright colors.
Yep.
For the featured patterns, then you get 3 chances.
You see, even you're confused.
Well, okay, it's in the show notes. Okay.
It's in the
Autism
thread.
What? Okay. The whips and the FOs will all be in the same thread. And like Talia's sweater along and like the toy along beforehand, 1 whip picture per project per week. And whenever you finish the FO, whenever the FO is finished, the finished object is finished, you can put it whenever you post it. Yes, I am delightfully obtuse.
Indeed.
Okay. There are suggestions for projects posted on the thread.
Those suggestions do not carry any particular weight, unlike the Winding Journey and the Braided Bright. The Braided Bright and the Winding Journey are our featured patterns. Those get extra points.
Yes, they do. The others are just
suggestions. More like guidelines, really.
Yes, really. Okay. We have some wonderful prize donations so far. You've seen our Puzzle Pieces bags. Lois from Knitting My Bag has donated a small version of this with a yellow band and lining for a prize. It's her sock bag or small bag. It's quite roomy for a small bag. So I think somebody will be very pleased with that. Yes. Juliana has from our co-host from Equal Opportunity Crafter has also offered a pattern of hers for one winner. Any one of her patterns, you just...
Oh, and her patterns are lovely.
Gorgeous. Yes, they
I've
are.
already decided that one of her patterns is my next sweater to start.
Yes, so we're very happy to have that. And there will be more prizes, especially if there's as much activity in this CAL as there was in the last one.
Yes.
So we thank you for your participation in the last CAL. We look forward to your participation in this one. Just keep it bright, okay? It's spring. Let's keep it bright.
Now at 30 minutes into the podcast.
Yes, well, I knew this. That's why I wanted to get going.
Here.
I do, in fact.
Here.
Okay, how many whips do you have? How many?
1. Now don't forget to count.
Yes, I have 5.
We also have, we're going to say whips, and then we also have the graphic novel section as well. So 1. Let's see, I'll do 1. 2, 3,
And the one you don't have on there?
4, so 5.
No, that was on the bookshelf.
No, I didn't count that.
Oh, okay, 5.
I said 5 because of the one I didn't count.
Okay,
So I didn't write in my show notes.
All right. Well, what do
How many do you have?
5.
Oh, well, you start.
Okay. All right. I'm going to start with the one that's not in my show notes, so I don't forget about it. It is living appropriately in my Lois Knitting My Bag. It's a sweater size Puzzle Pieces bag, the Autism Awareness. And my first Autism Awareness project is in here. I just started it because I've been very busy. So George, I haven't started yours yet. I do intend to try it. I just wanted to start something I could get a little bit done on before because knitting is slow for me. But let me see if I can. This is a big bag for my project. I can't find it. What's in the bottom of the bag? Okay, here it is. This is how much I've got done so far. And this is the neon yellow.
And she's using the Crochet Dudes hooks.
Yes, it's a lot easier on my hands. And Talia got me that, but I'll go into that later in Stash Enhancements. The pattern I am working is called Neon Dreams Infinity Scarf, which is very appropriate, I think, for the CAL. It looks like this. It is for my daughter, Davina, who will love it. It has 5 different neon colors. If it looks like it's going to be too long for her little short self, I will cut one of the colors off, probably the purple. Right now I'm working the yellow. It will have pink, it will have green, it will have blue, green, pink, blue, yellow.
Oh my gosh, I'm hearing the Darkwing Duck thing in my head. Remember the very first episode of Darkwing Duck where they have the song that the little girl was sung to at night, which was all colors and...
No. The only song I remember from Darkwing Duck is I earned that dime, I earned that dime.
No, because it was like red. Oh, Davina would know it. Where he had to push the colors in sequence.
Oh, okay. I think I sort of remember that. Is that for the safe or something?
It was to open something or control something, but it had a bunch of colors in a row.
But this pattern is an open work pattern, and it is a paid for pattern. No, wait. I think this was my free pattern. And it's got it's unusual because in counting the stitches, when you do the chain to make the space, you actually do the number of stitches that you chained it for to make the space. You actually do the number of stitches on the next row instead of just doing like one. I guess that's to maintain the stitches. I've never done a pattern quite like that, so it's fun. I'm enjoying it, and boy, it's bright. And I'm using an eye hook, and I'm using Hobby Lobby's I Love This Neon. So, okay.
So, my turn. I'm going to show my project that's not in my show notes.
Also in your Knitting's My Bag.
Also my Knitting's My Bag, Autism Bag. It's
and
different.
You can tell it's hers.
Mine is more purple.
And mine is more blue.
And the purple pops a little bit more in mine because I have the purple edging and inside, while the blue pops more in hers.
Yeah.
So I am working the Braided Bright pattern by George, 10 Hours or Less. I decided to do a headband because I wasn't sure if I would wear a cowl like that, and Davina would wear a headband like that. So the colors I've chosen to go with the neon Hobby Lobby because that's what she likes.
And I'm gonna probably match the scarf I just made to her.
So I'm doing yellow neon, blue neon, green neon, pink neon. I stole the pink and the green from Mom, so there's some Hobby Lobby of those colors coming in for her. I already owned the yellow and the blue. I can't imagine what I got the yellow for.
Now, George, quick question. I was talking to Ty about this. Would it be too wide to do something if you wanted to do like a bracelet, a friendship type bracelet? Davina would love it. I mean, would it be worth it, or would you just?
I would say go down to fingering weight yarn.
Yeah, I would think you'd have to.
Because otherwise, you would end up doing like 2 stitches, and that would be worth. It really wouldn't be the pattern. Because it's got a sort of.
Boy, that's bright.
Well, it's
glare. I think it's glare.
Well, it's just also the fact it's
there we go.
So bright. As you can see, it's got a kind of like a seed stitchy thing going on there. And I'm using US 10s in my red lace.
And I think I'm going to actually be able to do this just fine.
Oh, it's very simple, and it's a free pattern right now.
I'm looking. I have it already because George gave it to me, so I have it.
I mean, it's so simple. Davina, I'm doing like a 20-inch. Her head's about 21 inches around. If you do like a headband, so I'm doing 20 to give it some stretching capacity because I don't want it to be too loose on her head.
Right.
Because nothing's worse than a loose headband.
I'm actually looking forward to trying that. That'll be fun. George has succeeded in making me want to knit after I said I didn't want to knit anymore.
So it has been started. I ended up restarting it because initially I made my strip I made it 2 inches instead of 1 inch, and I was like, nah, I don't want quite that big. So I changed it up.
Okay. My next project.
And he has directions on how to adjust the pattern for you.
Yeah, he's very good about it. His patterns, if you haven't already purchased one, either for the Autism Awareness or any time in the past, you're going to be very pleased with his patterns. They are very, very clear, and they're very specific. And if you have a question, he is very approachable. He gets right back to you. It's a pleasure working them. My next project is the one I'm actually working on right now, because my husband looked at me starting another project and said, "Are you going to finish my pillow?" I'm working on, let me see, it's called On the Road Again Pillow, and I'm using an H hook, and like I said, I think this is Hobby Lobby's camel stripe, blue camel stripe.
I bet it's Red Heart.
It might be. It doesn't feel quite like Hobby Lobby. It might be Red Heart.
It has the look of Red Heart.
But I do like the color. I like the way it's working up. I wish I had some. And I wish my husband liked sweaters better. I would love to make him a sweater in this because I think it's such a neat sweater.
Well, I can't make boyfriend a sweater either because he gets overheated.
Yeah. But,
so we can mourn the fact that neither guy
like
Sweaters.
make them scarves, I guess. But my husband wears a scarf, and
My boyfriend doesn't wear scarves.
he would wear it if you made it for him, if it was cold enough.
Yeah, like getting cold enough is an issue.
Well, this year he actually wore a jacket.
I know, I was shocked.
Yeah. We give him a hard time. He's very sweet. He's very good natured about it. But anyway, this is I think this is about 3/4 of the way done, and I may not be able to finish the length I need to for this great big rectangle, because I want this to be a square, or well, I might be able to.
It's almost there.
I have this much yarn. And I'm doing it in the back loops. It's a single crochet back loop. Living
Very
in my
simple pattern.
Yeah, living in my Plover Bird Mickey Mouse bag. Makes me happy.
M-I-C-K-E-Y.
M-E-C?
M-I-C. M-I-C. M-I-C-K-E-Y.
You cannot spell. Okay, so anyway, I'm having fun with this. I'm hoping to finish this. Maybe this will be done by the time next week rolls around. We'll see. Yeah, so that's this. Your turn.
Okay, so just want to make sure I didn't drop a stitch, because I did that the other day. Okay, so the one I am currently... I'll just do it in order. Let me go back.
Oh,
Oh,
we forgot to introduce somebody.
who do we forget to introduce?
These are the mascots from last year's Autism Awareness. This is Happy, the hippo, and this is Skittles,
She wants to be a mascot.
and this is our newest mascot. She's not quite finished yet, but she's here.
She's going to be here for a long time.
And she's here for George.
Yes.
Yeah. Even though you did some work on her. So these are our mascots for the Autism Awareness. You will be seeing them during the podcast now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're all crocheted. Apparently our mascots can only be crocheted.
Yeah.
Alright, get back up there, lady.
Okay. I'm sorry, go ahead, Taya. You were talking about
ink art.
your ink art, yes.
Let's see, there it is. In the Batman bag. This is Blush Pattern by Tin Can Knits. It was given to me by Nurse Kim Knits. I'm using US 3 and US 6 needles, Mips Spabs, Yowza What is Gain in the fountain pen colorway for Mom, and I'm making size 33. And am I in the middle of a row?
You're pulling a Lindsay.
I might well be in the middle of a row. I think I am. Oh well. Yeah. So, at least it's not too awkward.
It's very pretty. I love that color. It's so gorgeous.
So,
Miss Babs does a really good job. And getting into her booth at any of the fiber festivals is like trying to get through Times Square at New Year's. It's just horrible.
well, this thing is curling at the bottom right now, but its sweater is coming slowly but surely. It doesn't look like I've made a lot of progress, probably because I have not. But some has been made.
I still have my nice skein of Miss Babs that I haven't used yet. I have to figure out what I'm going to do with it. And then I have all that nice coupon that I can buy more Miss Babs with.
So, progress has been made. I am
Did
starting
you show
to
the lace?
They've seen the lace 20 million different
It's
times.
so pretty. It's so pretty. I like it.
I'm not unclipping it again.
Yeah. Boy, it shows up nice though, Taya. Look how pretty it shows up.
So, there it is.
It helps that you have red behind it. That's good.
And it is turning out well. It needs to be worked on, and I'm all trying skeins now, so it's not very portable.
Right. So she has to, okay, let's see here. You didn't say what bag it was in.
Oh, well, I did. I said it was Batman bag.
Yeah, but you didn't say who did it.
And it is by the Plover Bird. And it was a special request.
Okay.
Which was awesome. Sweater size bag.
My next project is also in my, this is my lowest bag. I think it's my Sarah bag, as I say every week. My Sarah bag.
It was funny. We saw, you know, when they sell frames, they sometimes have pictures
Yeah.
in the frames. We saw pictures of
did you?
from this scene, and Thomas said, "Oh, is that Monet?"
Oh, did he really?
And I was like, "Actually, it's Seurat. It's Seurat."
Yeah, because I always call it my Monet bag. I think it's funny.
It was this part of the scene, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah. This is my Moved by the Spirit shawl for my friend. It's a gift, and I think I'll be done with it in time. It's working along. It's coming along very well. It's the.
Now you thought that you were almost at the lace portion.
I did.
But
I did. Let me just first get the details down. That this is the Recuerdos de Infancia pattern by Gabrielle. I love her patterns. I love her as a designer. This is the second time I've done this pattern, and I just really, really love it. And the funny thing is, Latalia was right. I thought, I have everything printed out because I have to explode things because I can't. I don't know if it's my eyes or the way my brain works or what it is, but I have to have things really broken down in the pattern. So I have all these pages, and I have the rows numbered out. And I'm 1.5, 2 rows from doing the lace section. That was a funny noise.
sorry.
And then I look at it, and after you finish this, it says, and when you're done with this, do 4 more rows of this. And then you go to the lace section.
Actually, all you have to do is blame yourself because you're the one who wrote it out.
Well, no, I wrote it out exactly the way it was.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was funny. So I have
adjusting camera.
I have a little further to go than I thought, but it is growing quite well. This is about 3/4 or maybe a little more of the body, and I think it grows so quickly because you're adding on about 3/4 of an inch around the edges. So by the time you're done with one, I guess you call it a row or repeat or whatever you want to call it, when you go around the whole edge, you actually have like 1.5 inches that you add instead of 3/4 of an inch. So it grows pretty quickly. This is Knit Picks Stroll tonal yarn in the Blue Yonder colorway, and it's very soft, and I'm enjoying this. Like I said, my friend might not get it, but she has to get it because I can make another one for myself.
Yes.
And this is a special thing. So yeah, I'm having fun with it. It's fairly mindless at this point, so I can watch TV while I'm doing it, and if I do have to tear it out, it's not
The end of the world.
a big deal. I can do that. So
Okay, next project for me. Oh, it's the one I'm working on. Let me just finish this slightly complicated thing. This is Disco Nights. I've been working on it almost a year. It'll be a year in June. I started it when Mom and Dad went off on their anniversary.
yeah, so it's been about 9 months.
Wow, it's 9 months, huh?
Yeah.
This is Disco Nights, the Tortellino pattern. It's a free pattern by Valentina Coschiani, using US 2 needles and Wild Hair Fiber Studios Pinnacle Fingering in the Neon Lights colorway. I'm making for Davina. If she ever gets it, she will be ecstatic.
She will probably faint.
This thing grows so slowly. Okay. Wow. So, it has been an inch away from starting the 1 inch ribbing for like the past year. Okay, slight exaggeration.
I'm sorry. It made me think of that quote, and I forget where it's from, where they go, what does it say? It's not hard to win when you never move from your back row, or something like that.
Oh, when you never move your back row.
But what was it from?
Oh
well.
I think that was actually
Was it Jim
Black
Carrey?
Sheep.
Was Black Sheep?
I think so,
don't
because
know.
it was one of Davina's favorite quotes.
And we don't watch that movie anymore because we just don't. But
Davina's very imitative.
yeah.
But yeah, I think it was a quote from that. But I've changed colors, and the thing is, because I got 2 different dye lots, Davina won't care.
Mm-hmm.
But there's orange in the new dye lot that wasn't in the first dye lot. The colors are a little deeper, a little darker.
There was an orange in the first one?
That's
That's funny.
If you look, well, it's like a little bit, but it's more of a pink,
Right.
more like a coral. Well, it's definitely orange here.
Mm-hmm.
And the blue is a little deeper for longer in the second dye lot. It's just the shades are a little bit different. Not enough that she'll care.
She won't notice.
No, she won't.
She'll just like the fact that it's bright.
Yeah. But I thought that was interesting because, and I knew, like, the black is a little lighter than in the previous parts. Like I said, Davina won't care. But I notice it. Davina will just care about the fact there's bright colors.
Okay. My 4th project is the Dragonfly Cardigan project from the Sunday Cardigan pattern by Shannon Millett Bowlesby. And I'm crocheting this using a 5mm hook and Red Heart Boutique Unforgettable yarn in the Dragonfly colorway. And this project is actually, I made a lot of progress on it. Let's see here. Oh, there's my hook. Okay. It's a little bit tangled up here. My little crochet dude hook, which is a real help on my hands. This is the progress I've made. I've done the little detailing that's where you're supposed to put the ribbon in at the waist. I don't know if you can see it if the camera will pick it up, but it's right here. It's kind of an open work. I most likely will not put the ribbon in there. I'll just leave it as a detailing.
She just wants something else to work on.
Yeah, because this is kind of like the equivalent of working stockinette. It's the same thing. I mean, it's not...
Yeah, tell me about it.
It's not...
Try doing a fingering weight for 20 million eons.
Well, I've got my Sedna.
Eons.
My Sedna's as old as your thing is. I mean, it's older because I started it for the for the Autism Awareness.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Kiss of death.
Oh, there you can see it. You can see the change in the stitches. About a third of the way up, or a little more than a third of the way up. This is, I have, I don't know, maybe 10 rows before, or 15 rows before I do whatever it is I do next. I think it has something to do for dividing with front, back, or sleeves or something. I don't know. But I'll be changing things in about 15, 20 rows. And it's fairly mindless. I can do it when I'm watching a movie with my husband or with the kids or whatever. And the only thing I have to be careful of is this yarn sticks to itself. So if I don't pay attention and I have to rip it back a little bit, I have to be careful that it doesn't knot or decide that it's going to otherwise not cooperate. But it's been pretty good. I'm enjoying this. It's a little bit of a scratchy yarn, but it does soften up as you work on it. And I do like the colors. They're definitely my colors. And I think it's going to work well. I think so. This was my... I want to do
much more you than the pink and yellow that they originally showed you.
I don't like those colors. Sorry, Denise. I just don't.
They're not me.
They're Davina, but they're not me. So this is in my... This is my bag, Lazy Gnome medium.
We're not
bag.
pinky frilly girls.
No. Greens and blues and reds and stuff like that.
Mom's calm, sedate colors. And I like fire.
Yeah. Although I do like red.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much yellow, although it's okay. But, yeah, my medium. What was that?
Okay. The next one. Come here, sweetheart.
And this is for George.
Yes. Not that he's getting this sake. Come here, sweet. He just asked where she was last week, and he kind of pouted about it.
And she felt glad to have a fan.
Yes. This is Sherbet the Lady Snake, which is the crochet snake pattern. I think it's a free pattern by Spotlight, using a G hook. The main color here, that is her head, is Yarn Bee Danielle in the colorway Vibes, and the color changes here are the different Hobby Lobby neons. Hobby Lobby I Love This Yarn neons. So I did several color repeats for her tail there.
Yeah, she's getting really big.
And as okay, so here's her head, and she's moving, and she's moving, and she's moving. There she is, and she's probably only 3/4 of the way through.
She says, "I'm so cute."
And then I had to do her tongue, which this is not. That's not your tongue. So, yes, she's quite a large toy.
I like her. My husband's like, "What on earth are you going to do with that thing?"
Hug her and love her? I don't know. I didn't anticipate her being quite this large.
Well, you saw the picture.
But that was next to a child. When this thing is done, it's going to be taller than me.
Just coil it up on your bed.
Oh,
stick all the other toys.
I didn't anticipate it would be quite this large. Children would love this thing.
Yeah, it's a great pattern. It's a wonderful little toy.
Because
she's very soft.
Little?
Yes.
Little toy? Are we looking at the same toy?
Yes.
She's 3/4 of the way through.
Yes. And your point is?
This is not a little toy.
Well, it depends. Are you Andre the Giant?
Wow. I think this thing might be taller than Andre the Giant when she's done. I mean, right now she's almost as tall as I am.
I loved him in Princess Bride.
I mean, because what? Arm width is...
That's your wingspan, yeah. Your height, approximately. So that's about 5'7".
Yeah, right now, she's as tall as I am.
Mm-hmm.
And she's nowhere near done yet. Oh gosh, I think I miscalculated somewhere.
I'll give you that idea.
Okay. So, yes, this will be
and
very...
She doesn't live in a bag.
I don't think there's a bag capable of holding her. So if I'm ever afraid of someone breaking into the house, I will just set up this snake to stare at them.
But they'll see that pretty face and all those pretty colors and laugh. Okay, my last whip is in my Plover Bird bag, my Plover Bird chai tea bag. It is her large, and she has, her bags are on sale. She does have some bags in the shop right now if you want to check it out. If you're, both she and Lois have bags in the shop right now if you want to take a look. This is my Guileless shawl from the Guile pattern by Anastasia Zattel, who is Anastasia Knits, who is so often so generous with her patterns for us. And she's having a CAL for this shawl. I actually got a fair amount done on this. It's not curling so much now, and she said once it gets blocked, that'll go away. I don't know if it's the nature of this, the way it's created that makes it curl, but it does curl, and you have to kind of work around it, and that's okay. It's not anything that's insurmountable. I really like the pattern. I like the way it's. Look at
blocking will take the curl out of it.
Look at the colors in this yarn. This is Shalimar yarns, Zoe Soft in their Lost Soul colorways. Well, it's actually Lost Soul is their, I don't know, it's not their base exactly. It's their pot soakers, I guess. I mean, it's their one of a kinds. So this is the main body of the shawl in this color, and the lace work and stuff will be in this, which is darker. So I think that'll be really pretty. And I'm using a G hook, I believe, for this. No, I'm using an H hook. I'm using an H hook. And I did a lot of this when the boyfriend was over for Sunday dinner and we were all watching movies. Actually, I think they were playing Yahtzee.
Maybe, I don't remember.
Yeah, you were falling asleep.
No, I was awake during Yahtzee. I fell asleep for the end of the movie.
Yeah, so I am enjoying this.
But I've been up almost 24 hours at that point.
Right. I am enjoying this. I've never used Shalimar yarn before. I'm happy with the way it's working up. It's not a real soft yarn, at least this base isn't, but I like it. It doesn't split. It works up really well. It holds the stitch definition really well. And I think that it's going to get softer as I work it. It seems to be doing that. So, and I love the way her colors. I like the way she dyes it up. I mean, it's not quite a tonal even. It's just.
I can appreciate the dye work, even though I don't care for the color.
Yeah, I actually do like the color. It's pretty.
It's not quite my type of green.
It's not usually what I gravitate to, but I'm glad I got this. It's just very, very nice, and I'm enjoying it immensely. So that's my last whip.
Alright, my last whip is the Robin of Locksley, which is in my Birdie Knitting My bag. This is her sweater bag. This is a box elder cardigan by Maria Leigh, and I'm using US 9 and US 7 needles, and Dragonfly Fibers Traveler in the Villainous colorway. This is size 36.
Did you want to work on that?
I think it was at the beginning of the week, before other projects distracted me.
Ate your time.
Yes. So,
it's coming along very nicely. There we go. It is a little longer, yeah.
It's gotten some work. I'm at the point where I need to start thinking about scanning up another ball of yarn. or
Picking
up another skein of yarn.
That's what I thought you meant.
Because I'm starting to run a little low.
And she's using her Lord of the Rings stitch markers.
Yes.
This makes me happy.
So it is definitely getting there. Right now.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's gonna be very pretty tie. So I like the colors.
Yeah,
this is more the greens that I would pick up.
It makes me think of.
With Florian.
It makes me think of a sunlight dappling in a forest.
Mm-hmm. That is not a winter forest.
No,
that's a spring forest.
My Vivian sweater, that's like pine trees.
Mm-hmm.
This is
broadleaf trees.
This makes me think of when we used to go in England and walk in like Sherwood Forest or Thetford Forest, and the sunlight would dapple on the trees along the path.
When we had sunlight, we actually had a lot of sun when we were there. Okay, is that your last one?
It is, in fact.
Okay, so
should be held.
You have FOs.
Don't you want to do graphic novel first?
Oh, we can do that.
Because let's do graphic novel.
Okay, that works.
So, in my Nightwing bag, which is by Pablo. I had to peek on the inside because I knew that her tag was in here. This was another custom design.
I really like this
because no other nerd other than me would want a Nightwing bag. Here's the pattern, or a picture of what the pattern will eventually look like. And the words you can't see is love is patient, love is kind, love is not jealous or boastful, it is not arrogant or rude.
It's Corinthians 13.
Yeah, Corinthians 13. I don't want to read through the whole thing. But it's one of my favorite sayings, and it's also the one that's, if you get emails from me, it's at the bottom of my email. So, let me stick this back in here. I'll probably be taking this to adoration with me because I generally tend to fall asleep. And since I'm doing a Bible verse, it's prayer. So, let it focus. There we go. You can see the flowers had some work on it. The word is finally jealous and not Ellis.
Boyfriend liked that a lot.
Yes, he did. And he picked up my Disco Nights at one point. At one point when I put it down to go do something, and he was going to pretend to knit on it, and then we said we would take a picture, and
he went,
he all but threw it away from him.
Yes, he's funny.
But I said, well, you can hold on to this for me, and he gave me this horrified look because he was afraid we'd take a picture of him holding my needlepoint, as he calls it.
He doesn't realize that if we were really going to take a picture of him, we wouldn't say it. We'd just do it.
Yes.
So.
But
yes. And his mom's going to laugh when he sees that. She sees that.
Yes. Because she's one of our viewers.
Yeah.
So, yes, it's been getting work. I'm starting the word not. I'm just doing it backwards. Ton. That's what it is.
A ton, huh? Okay.
So, yes.
I wasn't intending. I didn't think I would have any cross stitching to show you because.
But I sat on her.
Yeah.
And I said you will be doing this.
It was painful because.
Hey.
Well, it's painful. Davina sits on me because my body hurts. Are you gonna make me laugh?
I don't like you. You're mean.
I love you. Okay, she got me started not because I don't know how to do it, but because my eyes are not cooperating with the little squares.
I got her a light that can attach to your cross stitch frame.
So this is what I did in about the 20 minutes before we did the podcast. This is all I've gotten done, but it is there. It felt good to be cross stitching again now that I can see it. Focus.
There we go.
Okay. I did the letter P, and it comes from the possible in here.
You see, yours is much more visible than mine.
Yeah. This is one of my favorites.
Now you're going to be doing the flowers.
I will be doing the flower border. I do not know if I'll be doing any of the frames. If I do, it will just be the first frame that's right next to the flowers.
I think that will be pretty.
Yeah. And this Taya's Bible verse is one of my favorites. One of my other ones is this one, and this is under my signature. If you get an email from me, you'll have.
And we didn't realize it until we picked up the cross stitch and started comparing notes, and they're like, oh yeah, this is the one under my email, and that's the one under your email. Huh.
Right. So I was happy with that. You may see more work on this, although I have a lot going on right now. It might not get a whole lot of love on.
But at least she started, which is what was stalling her.
Yes, and I'm really happy. Now I just have to find the right bag to put it in so it doesn't sit on my... I'm sure I have something somewhere that will work.
All your old cross-stitch stuff, I'm sure you have something.
Yeah, I must have something somewhere. So I'm happy to be getting into that again. It was fun. Oops, I dropped it. Excuse me. I need to put this out of frame. Okay. All right. Moving on to your FOs.
So I have a couple of FOs. The first one is the Phoenix Fire, which is Zuzu's Petals by Corinna Spencer. And this is using the Chopel Wool Reggae Ombre in the Indian Summer colorway. This is German. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing this correctly.
I think Tanny is from Germany. Maybe she can correct us.
So, this blocked out well. I love the colors.
It is beautiful.
Mom says that it screams, look at me.
It does?
Because I was wearing it with my cowboy hat.
And her yellow sweater. No, you weren't wearing
No, I wasn't wearing the yellow sweater today. I was wearing, actually, this sweater.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what she's talking about.
Yeah, she likes people to look at her.
She and Thomas claim that I have attention-seeking behaviors. I think that they are delusional.
Because the majority never rules.
No, you're just both delusional. Everyone else is wrong.
I'm not pixelated. No, do you think it's... Yes. Oh, yes, he's pixelated. Is everybody in the courtroom pixelated?
Uh-huh.
What was it?
Everybody's pixelated except us. Well, then the other...
That's from Mr. Deeds?
I didn't care for Mr. Deeds because I had what's-his-face who always looks like he's wearing too much makeup.
Oh, you don't like Gary Cooper? Yeah. I still liked it, though.
I don't care for Gary Cooper. Anyway. Then I finished another Zuzu's Petals because I'm semi-obsessed with Zuzu's Petals right now. This I called Samwise Gamgee.
Hey, Samwise Gamgee. It's a little different than the other one.
It's a little...
Falling a little bit differently.
Well, it's because I've locked it differently. So I've got... This is a little pointier.
Yeah. That's awfully pretty.
So, this is the same yarn, Chopel Wool Chopel Wool Reggae Ombre, but this is the Grosholm colorway. Grosholm?
No.
I think it's Grosholm. Grosholm colorway.
You look like a Christmas tree.
So it's very pretty. Now I can wear one of these with green as well. And I have more of this yarn coming, different colorways. I have 3 different colorways coming in.
3?
I have a blue and a black. I have a rainbow colored, and I have a like the shades of red.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this other one was orange and.
See, and the shades on this, I didn't think that the shading was going to be as pronounced. It's not very nice.
And it's just because I wear these frequently, and I want to have multiple ones for multiple outfits. It's a nice little detail, and I rather like the cowboy look, darn it.
Donuts, huh?
Darn it.
Okay, very good.
So, yes, that one was finished in like 3 days, 4 days.
It's a quick project for
her. The other one, because it was during a work stretch, took 10 days.
Right.
So it's a quick project. In the green one, I fell asleep a couple times and had to correct some mistakes. But I don't think they are noticeable.
Oh boy, we're running a little long. All right.
Oh my.
Let me get through. Next on Hooks on Needles is kind of obvious. We're doing the Autism Awareness. We did the graphic novel. I'm going to push my royalties till next week. I have too many things I want to show you that if I flip through them, it'll take too long. I do want to say that you saw the only one I do want to talk about. Excuse me while I'm off the screen. I'm not even going to show it to you. It is Taya got me, and I bought myself a few of the Crochet Dude hooks for my hands, and so that's one I will not talk to you about next week. The others I will talk to you about next week because we are running late and we have things to do and we have to get going to Adoration Chapel. So, And you guys have things to do with your time as well.
No, they don't. They spend all their time watching us. Just when they're taking a break from, downloading George's pattern
100 times. Author, obsessions. Author, I don't know. Okay, anyway. I have the shared story. I have blocked it out.
It's autobiography.
Okay, I
don't know why you were author.
I don't know why it says author. I didn't write it. I just had it there. Okay. I blocked out the shared story, and over the week I wrote about almost 1,100 words. And I also finished a blog article for work, and I'm acting as a prompt mistress for our writers group online. Do you have anything for that?
Yesterday I watched beginning of Hercule Poirot's Card on the Table and realized that they changed a couple of the characters, so I ended up stopping it and ended up reading and finishing the book Cards on the Table while knitting on Davina's headband. Right. It turns out on the Kindle, if you make the print like 20 million sizes large and just sort of set it up in front of you, you can knit and read at the same time. Knitting goes a little slower as it's a reading, but it is feasible. It's like watching something, just a little more active. And that was good. I haven't read an Agatha Christie in a while, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. Plus, something that I didn't get to do when I used to read it from like, I think I was 11 or something when I started reading Agatha Christie. I had to have been like 10 or 11 because we came over here when I was 12, and I was already reading Agatha Christie for at least a year when we moved. So I didn't have right with me the capacity to look up something. I would have had a dictionary. So a lot of what I read, I understood from context. Now, if I don't know a word, I can highlight it and hold, and I can look it up on the Kindle, which is very nice for a word nerd like me, because there's different things that are idioms of the time. A couple times in Cards on the Table, one of the characters states, well, so-and-so couldn't have done it. He's a white man. He said it a couple times, and it didn't make sense if you didn't know the culture at the time, because all the suspects were of the same race, so it wasn't a racial comment or anything to do with color of skin. The reference was, by saying he's a white man, they were saying that he's an innocent man, he's a pure man. They were saying white in that context. Now, you couldn't write that in a book, because they would immediately think that they were referencing race, color, and that was not what they were saying at the time. It was a very interesting cultural and period insight into the writing, because I never got that when I read that book, and I've read that book multiple times. It was one of my favorites.
Okay, I hate to push us along, but we do need to get going.
Yes, we do.
I do want to thank 10 Hours or Less for his three prizes for
3 hours, huh?
For the 3 prizes for the
for the 3 hours he spent watching this podcast, which probably has felt like it has gone on for 3 hours.
Are you quite finished? You're not helping.
Hi.
The 3 patterns he donated for the sweater along. Thank you very much, George. We want to thank Kathy, who's Knit Nerd, for co-hosting with us, and for the project bag that she donated. And do we have to thank anybody else? I think that's it. We want to thank you all for participating. We want to thank you all for watching, and we hope you'll be back next week, despite the length of this week.
Yeah.
We know you have a lot of claims on your time.
Now, we don't know if next week might be a little long, because Davina might be on this coming week. And she gets all excited about being famous.
Yes, so she gets a real kick out of being on the podcast. So
because she still holds the belief that if you're on a podcast, you're famous.
Yeah, you should have seen her when Max Knit.
Oh, that was one of my obsessions.
When Nicole met me over at Maryland Sheep and Wool, she was my first person to come and meet me in a crowd, and Davina just thought that was the coolest thing, because I was now famous. I just told her I'm infamous. But
and also I had one of my obsessions is actually Waffle On, which is a British podcast that speaks about several nerdy things.
And you're making this go 50,000.
I'm almost done, and I can hear boyfriend texting. Wow, that's 3 beeps. Anyway, I had sent them a a suggestion. You know, they'd done Sherlock, and particularly the Brett years, because that particular actor, Jeremy Brett, had wanted to do all of the Sherlock Holmes mysteries, and he never got around to it. Sounded like he basically had a mental breakdown.
He died.
Well, yeah, part of it though was...
I didn't hear that. All I heard was he died.
Yeah, his...
I haven't gotten there in the podcast
listen to that podcast. Anyway, but the thought, that got my mind going. I was like, well, you guys should do something on Poirot, particularly Suchet,
right,
who has done every single one of Poirot's mysteries.
David Suchet.
Mm-hmm. And they wrote back and saying like, oh yeah, you know, thanks for writing in, blah blah blah. You know, we really haven't watched. The guy who wrote me was like, I really haven't watched much of the Poirot, but now I'm gonna have to look into
they're
it.
pistols. They're pistols.
Yeah.
Too.
Very British, but also very distractible.
Oh yes, I'm listening to the Jeremy Brett one right now, and I kid you not, they must have gone 30 minutes before they got into saying, and this podcast is about Jeremy Brett, Sherlock Holmes, the Jeremy Brett years, and I'm like, okay, good to know.
If you think we're distractible, they are very
but
distractible.
They're fantastic. You should check them out.
They've known each other for like 20 some years. Mm-hmm. But anyway,
we want to thank you for watching us.
But the point of the matter was that Davina stated, because I wrote to them,
and they
wrote me back that, oh, you heard from a celebrity. I was like, Davina, we're on the same plane. We're both podcasters.
They're just a little bit more famous.
Yes, it was really funny.
But yeah. So anyway, we want to actually now say goodbye so you can get back to what you need to do. We have to get to the Adoration Chapel. We hope you have a very wonderful week full of knitting and crocheting and spinning and weaving and all that stuff. Look forward to seeing your whips and your FOs in the Autism Awareness thread. Bright colors. Don't even.
No.
Yeah, I know.
What do you think I was doing? No.
Anyway.
I was helping you and you mock me.
This is Pen, Hook,
That's
and Needles.
the gratitude I get.
This is Pen, Hook, and Needles, episode 96.
Hang on, Mom.
And that's a wrap.